horrible memory. I have the memory of a goldfish. तो मेरा बहुत मजाक उड़ाया जाता है क्योंकि I'll remember minute details about events and stuff like that, but I will not remember major events that have happened. तो जैसे I'll forget names, I'll forget faces, etc. very easily. तो मैं अपने फ़ोन पे नोट्स ऐप में एक नोट खोल के रखती हूँ जिसमें I have the name of the person and a description of what they look like or are. So जब भी एक म्यूजिक का कोई इवेंट होता है, कॉन्सर्ट होता है जहाँ पे you go and there are so many artists that you meet, थोड़ा सा overwhelming हो जाता है because it's a lot of people in the first place. And my notes app is my savior and grace in that. क्योंकि I have सबके ऐसे नाम and साथ में description की yes this is this person याद रखो.
I think it's a very big echo chamber from what I can tell. I think like we feel like we found templates of doing a bunch of things and we're almost scared of trying things out. So like the template being announcing the song with an artwork. The song comes out on Friday. Please save my song. There's a reel that goes on. Then you put out a reel which is you performing that song, and then you would set up a listening party for it, and then you would. It's like, and that's just one side of things. But that even on the writing side of things, producing side, it's like one template that everyone has followed. But at the end, like you have to realize, like this job is expression based. It's not a competition. It's not. So I feel like the one thing that I'm noticing again, and that goes on deeper. Like you want to play a major festival in this country. You want to play a Lollapalooza, for example. You want to play a Lollapalooza because you've been told that you want to play a Lollapalooza. But it's not because you always felt like, oh yeah, I really want to play Lollapalooza. Sure, that could be the case. But that's just like an example that I'm giving for how, templatized everything that you do on the daily has become. And I feel like there's not a lot of merit to it in terms of long-term fulfillment there.
Being in the industry where, the city where the industry lies is a big advantage and, exposure as well. But then seeing now, I think you yourself, you are the industry because you have access to everything, nobody can stop you. There's no, you don't need an upper hand of someone, or you don't need connections because now you have internet access. Anyone can upload anything, especially your art, you can portray it.
Why have I decided to stay independent? I think it's more than just the love that I've received and the success that came with it. It's the process, and it's just the fact that I can be myself and not have anybody to answer to, right? Like in the most humble manner, that like the creative process gets the highest accord. Like that's the most important thing. Like everybody around me, like okay, Ritviz गाना बना रहा है कि नहीं बना रहा है, we know that this is a process and that's respected. I am just really grateful to say that because of all the fact that I can do this. Just the fact that I can put out music whenever I want to, just simply put, if I have to say. So yeah, I feel like I like to meet people from other industries, to gain more perspective. Like I have some lawyer friends. I've dated people who've been in other industries. And part of the reasoning behind, not for this reason, but I think what it made it really exciting for me is that, okay, this is how your world works. This is how, and I can build parallels also with my world and everybody else's world. But I think the biggest one is that it builds very good perspective over how all of us, all humans work in very general sense. I think sometimes when you are limited to your own people, and this is a hot take, I feel like mediocrity can brew. I think somewhere you would be only talking about ki, okay, iska ye ho raha hai, ye chal raha hai, and it just then gossip mongering, all of that starts, which is there in every industry. My only conversation is that maybe getting out of that a little bit. That's why I stay away. My bestie is an engineer. With different worlds, we're talking about different things. I think maybe I'm also a little interesting to him for that reason. But the whole idea is that making this one thing everything in your life, while it's great and all, it also has its limitation. I like to keep that diverse, I like to listen to how mom's day was at school, and that is my main event of the day. You know, rather than just discussing कि कौन से festival में कौन lineup निकला, ये all of that. You know, that just I just feel like we need to get out of that a little bit. At least that's my opinion. So yeah.